Mr. Barrington, it is a great honor to be invited here to your country club.
No, you don't have to call me Mr. Barrington. Sir will do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Your amenities certainly put ours to shame. The indoor pool over there is certainly amazing.
That's the hot tub. The indoor pool is the building next door.
Oh, I thought that was an aircraft hangar.
No, of course not. Our aircraft hangar is much larger.
Well, it's certainly a change from Royal Pita. For example, we only have 2 tennis courts, and I notice you have quite a facility here. How many courts do you have?
I don't really know. Hey, boy, you there.
Yes, sir.
How many tennis courts do we have here?
15, sir.
Okay, now fetch me a mint julep, and don't stint on the ice.
Was that Jimmy Connors? Don't tell me you have him bartending here.
No, we have that Federer character for that. Jimmy is our towel boy.
Well, I'm very impressed.
Of course you are.
Going back to Royal Pita will be quite a letdown.
Well, that brings me to the point of inviting you here today. I'd like you to come to work for me.
Work for you?
I'd reward you handsomely. Double your current salary.
Double my salary? But I'm not a salaried employee.
No matter. Details we can work out.
But what about Royal Pita?
Oh, that place? We'll bulldoze it. I need another parking lot next to my new golf course, and that's the perfect spot.
But you can't do that. There are people living there.
As I said, details. We can always force them out, raise HOH fees, foreclose on them. It's a great time to be in the banking business.
But you can't just do that.
They said I couldn't do that with a Paradise development either. Well, I paved that and put in a parking lot. No one cared except for that stupid folk singer. Anyway, what do you say, Dingle?
No. What was I thinking about? You sit around here and you spin your little webs and you think the whole world revolves around you and your money. Well, it doesn't, Mr. Barrington. In the whole vast configuration of things, I'd say you were nothing but a scurvy little spider. And that goes for you, too.
Oh, sorry. You want another drink, boss? Or a towel?
No, I don't want a towel. I want Royal Pita, and I'm going to get it. I always get what I want. Somehow, I'll find out Dingle's weakness, and I'll ruin him. He'll never know what's coming. He doesn't stand a chance against me.
You know I'm standing right here.
Oh. Thought you'd left already. Well, this is rather awkward.
Maybe I'd better go.
Yes, that would be best.
Do you know way down upon the Swanee, talking about the river, you know it's so far, yes, it's so far away, do you know that's where my heart is a-turning, oh yeah, and that's where the old folks stay,
Okay, everyone, let's get this meeting underway.
We're supposed to be a joint committee composed of Royal Pita homeowners, business people, and staff, but we seem to be missing folks.
Yes, Mrs. J is out of town visiting her daughter, and Mr. Dingle had a very important meeting over at Barrington Ridges, or I'm sure he'd be here. But he said that I could represent him. So you are saying that anything we all agree on is okay with Mr. Dingle, and we do not have Mrs. J or him to worry about? I am sensing an opportunity here.
It sounds like this is our chance to really make a difference. So what's the first item on the agenda?
Whether we should go with 2 or 3 ply toilet tissues in the community bathrooms.
Oh.
Ernie? Where are you, Ernie?
Just shaking the bushes, boss.
You've planted a fine garden, Ernie, but there's not a single butterfly here.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Body. I did what you told me. I planted all the plants you said.
Well, at least there aren't any weeds, but where are all the butterflies?
This is supposed to be a butterfly garden. They are supposed to be attracted to these flowers.
Flowers smell good to me.
Well, wait, here comes one now, and another, and another. Land, my little butterflies, land on our delicate and beautiful floral offerings.
This doesn't seem right.
Joey, I wish you'd do something about your room. It's a mess.
Well, it is my room and I can do what I want.
Well, at least you ought to get rid of that old doll collection of yours.
Mother, they are not dolls. They are Bobblehead dolls. They're collectibles.
This is a collectible?
Give me that. This is a very rare 1989 Bill Bittlestaff. If you've harmed him, you okay, Bill?
Well, you're never going to get a wife if you continue to play with dolls.
I don't play with them, I collect them.
To do what?
Someday they'll be worth a lot of money.
Someday I'd like to have grandchildren. At the rate you're going, the only little ones I'm going to have around here will be those bobbing their heads on the shelf.
I've got to go, right after I put Bill back.
Mark my words, Joseph. Your collection is going to get you in trouble someday.
Miss Body, I've got to get going. I have work I need to do.
Your work right now is to keep those butterflies here. Now, they will tie shortly and move to our beautiful flowers. I just know it. Besides, I have a tour group I'm leading this afternoon, and until then, well, this is where they belong.
This just isn't right.
Penelope, are you about ready? It's nearly time to go to the movies.
I'm coming. Hey, do you want to come with us?
I don't know. What are you going to see?
It's either that new movie about the bank heist or the one with the zombies and the end of the world.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
See what?
See the zombies rob a bank.
The zombies don't rob the bank.
Oh, they get caught, do they?
No, it's the end of the world.
Well, let's go now, then. I want to make sure we have plenty of time to get popcorn and drinks before it's over.
Well, we've pretty much argued this one into the ground. Let's go ahead and take a vote. All in favor? Okay, that's 1 and 2. All opposed? That's 1 and 2. Phyllis, you didn't vote.
I'm abstaining.
But you must have an opinion. Which are you for, 2-ply or 3-ply?
I'm against everything.
Where is Mr. Dingle when we are in such need of him? I don't know, but I'm sure it's somewhere extremely important.
Ah, yes, my good man. How can I help you?
Are you the owner?
Why, of course I'm the owner. Why would you doubt that?
It's just that you're dressed like...
I'm dressed in the uniform of Starfleet Command of the United Federation of Planets. I am an honorary officer, as appointed by one James T. Kirk, and I have the engraved and personally autographed scroll from the San Diego Comic-Con to prove it. Now, what can I do for you?
I guess I'm here to look at the bobbleheads.
Oh, of course, of course. We have the finest collection available anywhere in the Tri-County area. Are you a collector? Do you specialize in any particular line?
Well, I've been buying my stuff on eBay.
eBay. Ah, yes, the last refuge of the cowardly house nerd. Here you can actually see what you're purchasing and gratify yourself immediately, as was intended by the great collector himself. For example, can you see this on eBay?
That looks like...
Yes. It's the rare 1971 Ron Hunt. Mint condition. The baseball player who holds the record for being beamed the most times in a single season. 50, I do believe. The last time he was conked, he coined the famous expression, "Mama, what year is it?" Yes, that's a record that will likely never be broken. There aren't more than 2 of these left in existence.
I must have it. He completes me.
The price is very reasonable considering the rarity, a mere $3,000.
$3,000? I don't have that kind of money.
Well, then kindly keep your hands off the merchandise. I can see that you are a mere looky-loo, and for your kind there's always the museum, or perhaps the comic book shop.
No, I'm a buyer. It's just that it's a lot more than I thought.
Well, then perhaps for your price range, you'd rather have this Dwight Schrute bobblehead, in very good condition, except that it's missing the head. Or maybe you'd rather have this piece, which is only the head of Chuck Woolery.
Now, don't be giving him a rough time.
Oh, no, Miss Heather. I wouldn't do anything of the sort.
Of course you were. He always gives newbies a rough time. You behave yourself, or Mama spank.
Oh yes, I will, of course. Well, it's just that I...
Oh, admiring the Ron Hunt, were you? Oh, he's way out of my price range. Besides, I'm more of a pop culture collector. Did you get the new James Dean Nodder?
I'm afraid that it has not come in yet, but I will give you a call as soon as it does.
Maybe you'd like to give me a call sometime as well. My name's Heather.
Joe?
What do you know, Joe? Here's my number. Take care.
You are the luckiest man in the known universe.
Now, if you'll come this way, you'll see our fine collection of specimens. If you look along this arm, you'll see some of the yellow swallowtails, and yes, right there, next to the ear, you'll see a majestic monarch.
I can't believe you're going on a date with someone you met at a toy shop.
Mother, it was a collectible store.
And what was wrong with the girl I picked out for you?
She looked exactly like you.
And your point is?
Well, that's another tie. Perhaps we should have a secret ballot. What good will that do, you silly woman? I almost hate to say this, but I am missing Mr. Dingle greatly here, as you are vexing me greatly.
Hey, isn't the chairman supposed to vote to break a tie?
But we don't have any such person.
Well, I nominate Amy to be our chairperson.
Oh, I don't want that kind of responsibility.
No, that's a great idea. Amy, the chairperson, doesn't get to vote unless there is a tie, in which case you cast the deciding ballot.
All in favor of Amy as chairperson? Opposed? Phyllis, why are you on this committee?
Because I want to make a difference.
This is really nice, Joe.
I want to be honest with you, Heather. I don't normally come to places like this.
No?
I'm somewhat careful about my spending. I'm so used to watching pennies for the development that I guess it's become second nature to me.
That's okay.
And I'm older than I look. I'm old enough to be your older brother. Nearly 40.
I think you're just right. And I'm having a good time with you. I'm very happy.
I'm glad you're happy, Heather.
What's the matter, Joe?
I don't think I'll ever be happy.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I'm closer to 46, and I still live at home with my mom. I've never had a place of my own, never been married, never even had a steady girlfriend. I think it's too late for me.
It's never too late to find happiness, Joe. Not if two people care for each other. Happiness is living each day to the fullest. Life is too short for anything else.
All right, 50. I'm 50 years old.
I know, darling.
Oh my goodness, the movie's just about to start. You three need to take a seat.
Take a seat? We don't want a seat. We come here to see the movie.
Well, that's what I meant.
Then why didn't you say so?
We'll go, but we need to get something to eat first. We haven't eaten all day, and we're hungry. What do you have?
Well, we have grape juice, orange juice, pineapple juice.
Turn off the juice before we're electrocuted. What?
We'll have one of each.
And 2 hard-boiled eggs. Make that 3 hard-boiled eggs.
We don't have any hard-boiled eggs. This is a movie theater.
We'll take some garden salad then.
And 2 hard-boiled eggs.
I keep telling you, we don't have any eggs. Or garden salad either.
Well, maybe we should look at the menu.
We don't have a menu.
And you call this a restaurant?
It's not a restaurant. Look, we have theater food. Popcorn, peanuts, and hot dogs.
Okay, we'll take all of that.
All of what?
Popcorn, peanuts, and hot dogs. And 3 hard-boiled eggs.
Professor Culp, how does our exhibit fare?
It is very interesting. It is clear to me that this young lad possesses the aromatic characteristics common to Buddleia globosa.
What?
Oh, its more common name is the butterfly bush. You see, butterflies have a very well-developed sense of smell from the antennae.
Oh, I do smell it.
Are you saying I stink?
Oh, not at all, my son. However, it is quite likely that you are wearing some sort of fragrance that is very close in nature to globosa's natural one. Perhaps your cologne? Come, my dear, don't be shy. Just what are you using?
It's called Escape by Calvin Klein. I like the sound of it.
But that's a woman's perfume, and a flowery one at that. No wonder the butterflies like you.
Woman's perfume? I'm going home to wash this stuff off.
Of course, it's not only butterflies that like that smell. It's a little-known fact, but moths themselves are also highly attracted to these scents. Of course, because they mostly come out at night, we rarely notice this. Still, with such a strong smell, I'd be surprised if a moth or two doesn't come around also, particularly as it gets darker.
Wow, you sure have to climb a lot of stairs to get to the top row.
But there's plenty of seats down front.
You know I'm farsighted. I can't see down there.
Actually, you're nearsighted.
I am? Who are you?
Alabama.
I didn't ask where you're from.
Need oxygen.
No thanks, I have plenty. Allie, you wouldn't believe the rude person I just met.
I'll have to ask you to be quiet.
Go ahead then. We're fine. We don't need anything else.
I could use a glass of water. Why, that's the rudest waiter I ever seen.
It's starting.
So at last I meet the amazing Atom. What exactly is your superpower?
Well, I can shrink down to an amazingly small size.
That's it? That's all you do?
Yes. This is pretty much it.
You don't have any super strength or speed or some kind of atomic power?
No, this is basically all I can do.
I see.
Well, they're making movies shorter and shorter these days.
That's just a preview. The main attraction is starting now. What's that?
I think that's my cell phone.
I didn't know you had a cell phone.
I don't. It's my alarm clock.
What did you set it for?
I think 1 p.m. Yep, 1 p.m.
No, I mean, why did you set it?
I think I'm supposed to take my pills or something.
Will you three please be quiet? People are trying to enjoy the movie.
Oh, I don't think they're going to enjoy this movie. I read somewhere that the hero dies in the end.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Well, don't be afraid.
Yet, we've been kicked out of much nicer places than this.
Well, the next item on the agenda concerns the cleaning of the swimming pool.
Yes, I'm not sure Ernie is doing a good job.
I think he is doing a fine job. In my country, when we swim, we can't even see our feet.
I think we should make all the men wear shirts in the pool area. Too many of them are sunning themselves bare-chested.
But that's ridiculous. You can't get a tan with a shirt on.
And no man wears a shirt when swimming.
Well, they ought to. The glare alone can blind you.
Well, that's the silliest thing I've ever heard.
In my country, swimming attire is much different. To bathe in the Ganges River requires even men to wear such clothing as a kurta and a chudidar, which are stitched pants and a long straight tunic. Otherwise, you can come out covered in leeches, or at least ones you can see.
You surely don't expect all of us men to wear pants and a tunic, do you?
No, I was merely saying that we need to get back to the agenda item. Well, we do. Is the pool clean or not?
Well, why don't we all go and check it out? We can see for ourselves if it's clean or not.
Yes, I agree 100%.
I have got to get home and get this scent washed off of me. Shoo, shoo, I ain't no lily. I see you waving there at me, valet. Here, park it somewhere in the shade. But I'm not the... I said in the shade. You aren't deaf, are you? Do a good job, and there may be a shiny new quarter in it for you. Park it in the shade. I'll park it in the shade. Oh, no, you don't.
Look, Mr. Barrington, I've already told you I have no intention of selling Royal Peter to you. I don't see what's so important you needed to see me in person.
I just thought you might want to take a look at this.
It's the Ron Hunt. The one bobblehead I must have. Where did you get this?
Some collectors have said it is the holy grail of bobbleheads. The stuff dreams are made of. A real work of art. To some men, he could bring happiness. Personally, I have no use for it.
But how did you know?
What did you say? Did you say I'm a funny guy? Funny how? Just how do you think I'm funny? A man stands alone at the plate, but he's part of a team. Teamwork. If his team doesn't win, he doesn't win.
Please don't, Mr. Barrington.
You could have been a team player, Dingle, but no, you chose a different path. Unlike Ron here, you didn't choose to take one for the team. Kind of ironic, isn't it, considering what's going to happen to him here?
You don't have to do this.
You know how to stop it, Dingle. Just say the word, and money, wealth, and little Ron here, they'll all be yours. All I want in return is nothing, really, just a little Peter. Come on, Dingle, it's either you or him. One of you is going to take one for the team.
The Ron Hunt. My collection would be complete. But at what price? Besides, happiness isn't things. I know that now. I found what makes me happy, and it isn't something I can put on a shelf.
All right, then. Whammo! Blammo! Whoa! Another! Yipes, this is fun! Not much left, is there? Well, I might not have gotten him this time. But Dingle knows I mean business. He won't be so quick to dismiss me next time. And I'll find out what really makes him happy. And I'll destroy that the same way I destroyed Ron Hunt.
You know you're still in my office, and I'm standing right next to you.
Oh, yes. Well, I guess I'd better be going. Got to stop talking to myself. Valet! Valet! A moth, eh? Nasty little bugs. Are they gone? Is who gone? I thought I told you to park my car in the shade. What is that perfumey smell in here? Oh no, here they come now. Sorry, gots to be going. Help me.
Well, that wasn't a very exciting movie,
Well, we only saw the opening credits.
but they were the dullest credits we've ever seen.
Yes, all in all, we pretty much wasted the afternoon.
Quick, where's the nearest swimming pool?
No doubt about it. We've got to get out more often.
Well, the pool looks clean to me. Oh, Shiva, help me. There are some things which you cannot unsee.
Tell me some more about the pants and tunic. They do cover everything up, right?
Oh, for the love of... I can't believe they went with the 3-ply.